This is Indiana's own News 8 at 5.
President Bush emerges from Air Force One, his coat wrapped tightly on a brisk, cool spring morning in Indianapolis. The president's 3-hour visit to the city is underway. Good evening to you. Mother Nature may have issued him a cool reception, but otherwise, the President of the United States was greeted warmly today. During this, the first visit by President Bush to Indianapolis.
And it was, but yes, he did want to meet with Ryan White's family.
Debbie, as you know, a visit by the President creates once-in-a-lifetime opportunities and challenges for many people, both spectators and the planners. Our Neil Moore prepared this story about the presidential hoopla in the hours before the Bush visit.
The first thing you noticed.
Thank you very much.
Well, back in Washington today, a mistrial was almost declared in the Iran-Contra trial of John Poindexter after 2 jurors were contacted by the media. The jurors said they received phone calls from someone identifying herself as a Washington Post reporter. The jurors said they immediately hung up on that caller. The judge in the case has now sequestered the jury, saying he does not want to call a mistrial after all of this time and effort. On his way back from the courthouse today, Poindexter had very little to say about the judge's actions.
Well, apparently.
The jury will now be brought to the U.S. courthouse each day by deputy U.S. Marshals and will be housed at a hotel by the government until members can reach a verdict.
Processes.
And now, on to the latest on what has become virtually a worldwide vigil, the concern for young Ryan White. As people around the globe continue to call Riley Hospital for Children inquiring about Ryan White's condition, it seems other children in that very same hospital are benefiting from some of Ryan's special visitors. We have more on that and the latest on Ryan's prognosis with Leslie Olson. She is live at the hospital. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Ken. As you know,
News 8's Ken Owen joins us live now from downtown Indianapolis, where a ceremony is being held to recognize prisoners of war and soldiers still listed as missing in action. Ken?
Eric, 2,353. That's the reason people are here. That is the number of servicemen who are still missing in action or unaccounted for from the Vietnam War. The services are just getting underway behind me here at the Veterans Plaza in downtown Indianapolis. At one time or another, we all say to ourselves, me and my big mouth. Well, that's what Jim Ratz is saying tonight. Jim is a rancher in Montana, and just before Valentine's Day, a nationally syndicated newspaper story labeled him, quoting now, the loneliest man in the land. Since then, Jim has been besieged with phone calls, letters, and photos from women. He's living a dream, right? No, sir. He's tired of it. In fact, Jim says he's not all that lonely after all. He wants the women to leave him alone. After all, as any ranch hand will tell you, it's hard to be a hustler when you're cut out to be a rustler.
Oh, gee. That's our news this evening. I'm Debby Knox.
I'm Ken Owen. See you again back here tomorrow at 5, 6, and 11. Until then, have a great night.